So in the first video here, I'm going to create an opportunity in Salesforce. To create an opportunity, what we need is three fields, which is the close date of the opportunity, the name, and the stage of the opportunity. And I'll be creating this when I approve the file. I have a condition already set that this happens only when the opportunity name is not empty. I'll head to this document where I have the opportunity name populated. I've selected an opportunity stage. This is a drop down that I'm sourcing from the Salesforce opportunity stage table, and I have a close date. Now, when I approve it, the export is successful, and I can see by going to the opportunities in Salesforce and hitting refresh that I have a brand new opportunity called Hyper Networks with the correct stage and close date that we had. In this one, we now go a little deeper into the opportunity we just created and try to update the stage. Now, in order to update the stage, we will need to set up a couple of things. We are already pulling a list of all stages from the Salesforce account that we have. We will, but however, need to pull the ID or the identifier for the particular opportunity that we just created. So for that, what we can do is add a lookup in Salesforce step. What we're basically going to do here is from the opportunity table, we basically need the ID. And the way we determine which opportunity ID we want is by matching the name I have on Nanonets here for that particular opportunity with the name inside Salesforce. Now that we've done this, let's go back and see if we can populate this opportunity ID field here by rerunning the workflow. Just unapprove this particular invoice. As you can see, the ID has now been populated with the opportunity ID of this particular opportunity, Hyper Networks. And we can verify that by going to that opportunity and comparing this ID that's now come into this particular field. So in this last video, what we're going to do is update the opportunity by changing both the header and the line items. So let's use the same invoice. I'll show you what the workflow setup looks like. So basically we've set up two blocks where in the first block, we have the opportunity header or the main object and the ID that we got using the lookup in the previous video. We are using the ID of that opportunity and updating the stage by passing the stage here. And we also want to update the child or the line items of that opportunity. So we add a second block, which is using the table opportunity line item. And in that, we send the ID of the parent. So the parent ID here is the opportunity ID, which is the field that we have populated using the lookup earlier. And for the lines itself, we send specific product ID, quantity, and unit price. So now we can head to this particular invoice and we have this opportunity is at this particular stage, which is sold right now. And in Salesforce, we can do the same check. This is Hyper Networks and the stage is sold. We have two line items where we have unit price, quantity, and the product ID, as well as the product name as a drop down. So what we need to do next is update the stage. So we'll send this back to a sales proposal stage. And we'll also be sending these two line items to the opportunity. So as we can see here, the stage is currently sold inside Salesforce and there are no line items. So the product section shows 0. So there are no line items on this opportunity yet. Now we'll head back to the model and trigger the export. the export seems to have been successful. So let's go to Salesforce and hit refresh. Yep. So the header has updated. The stage has gone back from sold to sales proposal. And now instead of zero, you can see two line items here as per the data that we sent. So this is the product with that particular product ID, and these are the quantities and prices that we sent.